Nigeria records post-harvest losses and wastages annually in the agricultural sector due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
Good evening and welcome to BOI Impact. I am Hadiza Olaosebikan. This week's exciting edition will focus on the giant steps that was jointly taken last week by the Bank of Industry, the National Youth Core Directorate, towards implementing BOI's flagship 2 billion naira Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund DEF. As earlier indicated, the entrepreneurship capacity building sessions were conducted simultaneously at 7 locations across the country between 18th and 20th November. More than 80% of the 1,000 youth corpers who were shortlisted after the online business ideas competition eventually registered for the highly successful training sessions that were conducted by 9 of Nigeria's best entrepreneurship development institutions. In the first segment of this program, we shall bring you the high points of the opening ceremonies that were jointly performed by top executives of BOI and NYSC. We shall start with the Lagos session that was declared open by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Rasheed Olaoluwa. Happy viewing. The training session for the shortlisted youth corpers in Iyanokpaja, Lagos State, was declared open by BOI's Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Rasheed Olaoluwa, and a representative of the DG of NYSC.
This represents a significant milestone in our efforts to develop a new generation of young aspiring entrepreneurs, thereby addressing the looming unemployment problem that could befall graduates of our tertiary institutions that are currently serving under the NYSC scheme. At the end of the training, participants will be required to submit their loan applications to BOI along with their business plans. So one of the things you are going to produce at the end of this training is your business plan. The facilitators will guide you through that process so that by the time the business plan gets to the Bank of Industry, you are good to go.
To kickstart the program, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Rasheed Olaoluwa, interacted with the core members.
So you have an opportunity today, a very rare opportunity today, to start and form your own small business at a very early stage. My appeal to you is to work with us to make this work. If it doesn't work, if this fails, it will be a while before any other person tries it again. You agree with me? So are we going to do our best to make sure this works? Please, it's an appeal to you. Let's do this not for BOI, for our country, Nigeria. Because our country needs good news. There are too many bad news everywhere. We need to have some success stories. So let's do it for Nigeria. Thank you very much and God bless you. Bank of Industry, if they tell you how much per person that this training is costing them, you will be amazed. NYSC has a part in it as well. So, and it's the people that are training you, they can as well invite you to Dubai or to UK for this training. It's the same standard that you're going to get. Please apply yourself diligently, as we have been preaching, asking you to do. It costs a lot to get this. Yeah, after this training, you have testimonies.
The Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Johnson Olaomi, was on hand to flag off the North Central's training session in Mangu, Plateau State. He encouraged beneficiary corporates to sustain the tempo and spirit behind the GEF scheme.
I wish to observe that since the SAID program started in 2012, over 500,000 core members have been trained, and none of them had the opportunity being presented by this collaboration with BOI to access desired funds. The scheme will continue to improve on training, supervision, and mentoring of core members to reduce the penchant and clamor for non-existing white-collar jobs.
The Southwest training session was declared open by the Executive Director, Small and Medium Enterprises, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, who had a pep talk for the aspiring young entrepreneurs.
For those of you who are already here, you have scaled the first hurdle, because character is very important in the entrepreneurship journey. Those who are here now shows that you are serious, it shows that you are disciplined, it shows that you are amenable. We want to urge you to keep it up, because entrepreneurship can be very rewarding, but the journey will never be smooth. There will always be ups and downs. It's your perseverance, passion, dedication and devotion and discipline that will see you through. It's a wonderful opportunity that you have, an opportunity that those before you did not have. A lot of Nigerians are looking up to the Bank of Industry and the NYSC to ensure that this scheme succeeds. But the success of the scheme depends more on you, the participants, right? Because it's what you make out of this training at the end of the day that we will have to show as a result of our partnership and our efforts.
BOI's Divisional Head SMEs in charge of Southern Nigeria, Mr. Abdulgani Mohammed, presided over the opening ceremony for participants drawn from South-South in Iseleoku Delta State.
The 3 days intensive entrepreneurship capacity building program on generating a business idea, which is your value proposition, how to run a profitable business, which is your business model, basic financial record keeping, business plan preparation, etc. And 3, provision of concessional loans to the trainee participants that subsequently come up with bankable business plans. And I would like to also mention that you, the participants, will evaluate each facilitator, and you give us your impression of their delivery of the course content for this program, so that at the end of it all, we will know that resources have been well spent and you've received value for the money committed to this program. And this will also help us in perfecting future programs of this nature. Thank you all for listening, and do enjoy the rest of the program.
The training session for the shortlisted youth corporates serving in Northwest that took place in Katsina was declared open by BOI's Divisional Head in charge of Northern Nigeria, Mr. Umar Shekarau.
In addition to the training you will have, which is the second stage of this exercise, 3 days training. In addition to that, we have also discussed with the business development partners who have always been part of us, that they will hand carry you to make sure that your business plans and final submissions are in order. You can, in addition to the 3-day training, you will be guided so that you'll be successful when you apply. And as soon as your application comes in, we can be rest assured that it will be treated well. So as far as we're concerned, this is a national service. In addition to NYSC, for us, it's national service because we want to take you out, and a lot of Nigerians out of the streets, out of ministries looking for jobs. And since you've shown the zeal that you want to be independent, we want to support you to be independent.
Jalingo in Taraba State hosted the training program for participants in the Northeast. BOI's regional manager in charge of Northeast, Aliyu Umar, delivered the address of the bank's managing director and chief executive officer.
This scheme will not fail. So that's why they have gone through these various stages to ensure that you will not be alone. As you are doing the business, you have these BDS, these are business development support partners, to actually be with you and be mentoring you, be giving you advice from time to time. And the NYSC Secretariat, in conjunction with BOI, there will be some monitoring and evaluation, visiting you from time to time, so that you don't feel like you are all alone. You will have a lot of support services to make sure that you succeed.
BOI's divisional head, SMEs, in charge of southern Nigeria, Mr. Mohammed, was also in Umunna, Abia State, where participants from Southeast were trained. The highly interactive and participatory capacity building program ran smoothly over the 3-day period at all the 7 locations under the active supervision of BOI's management staff. In this segment, we shall bring you highlights of the actual entrepreneurship training sessions.
Okay, a business idea is a concept which can be used for commercial purposes. Here we are talking about making money, making profit, not just making money. It typically centers on a commodity or a service. Someone is going to take the second paragraph quickly. That can be sold for money. According to what? He didn't just say model, unique model. That's a business idea. It has to be distinct from every other idea. A successful company always starts with a compelling business idea. The characteristics of a promising business idea: 1, it has to fulfill a customer need. A problem is solved.
Build trust through relationships. When you give your word to your customer, you must meet and stick to that word. No matter the circumstances, you must bend over and backward to keep your word. The moment you disappoint a customer, that customer will not come back. You will have to make 10 times the efforts of selling a fresh thing to win that customer back. Implement anticipatory services. When I said this notebook, remember I'm coming to give the guy in a wrapped bag. I'm not just giving the notebook. I'm assuming the guy might have his hands soiled, might not have anything to put it on, might not even have a handbag, but I have put this notebook in a carrier bag. I have anticipated services. Build relationships online. There's a lot of social media, social activities. So relationships that you have online, as long as it's purely business, don't step out of boundary. Keep it that way.
BOI wants to see how we can become a better society generally, how you can actualize your dreams in life, such that in actualizing your dreams in life, you are of service to the generality of the society. You are increasing the quality of our environment, and you are making society to advance. At the end of the day, advancing humanity. Am I making some sense? Yes. So I believe that that should be the doctrine that we will embrace as an entrepreneur. You are profitable, but you are not maximizing profit. Because the profit maximizer is always taking advantage of the ignorance of the market. I don't think that's the kind of entrepreneur you want to be. The entrepreneur that you want to be is the entrepreneur who is a solution provider, like you said of your brother, not necessarily because you want to rape the market, but because you want to provide value into the market, and you offer the market value, and in return the market will compensate you with a return, out of which you get your what? Your profit.
Entrepreneurship is not study, it's a culture. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. Where people start seeing problems, you start seeing opportunity. Even coming to Castina here, sitting down in that hall, I saw a problem. And what is the problem? Mosquitoes. But there is an opportunity because there is mosquito there. Somebody can make provision for a solution that will deal with it. And let me tell you this, money flows in the direction of problem solvers. Life is not about surviving. It's meant to be lived.
And let me tell you here, you have a great opportunity at your disposal. There is nobody out there that will employ you and pay you to become rich. They only pay you to survive.
There was also a session on the GEF Special Product Program, during which participants were briefed on the eligibility criteria and the expected contents of the bankable business plans that they are required to submit to BOI to enable them access the sum of 2 billion naira that has been earmarked for the scheme that has an interest rate of 9% per annum for tenures spanning 3 to 5 years. The maximum loan amount that could be approved for a single beneficiary is 2 million naira.
So what we normally do in the bank is to review your business plan, and we'll now determine what you can comfortably manage, what you can comfortably accommodate that will not put you in trouble. Because if you overborrow and your business does not generate enough cash flow to enable you meet your debt obligation, it makes you a defaulter. So what we will do is evaluate your proposal, and then we come up with an amount we think you will be comfortable with.
Certificates of participation were issued to all the trainees.
Usman Ibrahim. Chinwe Enemoku, please. Olarewaji Oluwatayo.
Chidi Mangozu Kadmora. Adele Adedeji Adeni. Amadi Emmanuel Namdi.
It's been a wonderful experience. All the facilitators that have come, they all make us think outside the box, which is what I think this country needs. Also, the whole idea of getting us all to think outside the box and create jobs. It's a wonderful idea. We've had people who have come and they've been really exposed to other parts of the world. And sometimes as Nigerians, we tend to just think in our own line. So coming in here, talking to us young individuals to go out there, encourage us to go out there to be bold and create these opportunities. It's been a very wonderful experience, and they are all excellent teachers.
Actually, this has been an amazing opportunity for me because I never really knew Bank of Industry actually had all these packages for us. Is it the training? Amazing people. The experiences alone is something that I know I will always remember. And my message to all the youth corporates there is that they shouldn't really just stick to the fact of having a job, because entrepreneurship has come to stay and is even the business of the 21st century. And as many couples are able to realize it, it will make life easier for them because they don't really have to struggle to get jobs, because they can actually be the entrepreneur, the boss they want to be.
I've learned about customer relationships. I've learned about key partners. I've learned about striking strategic partners. I've actually learned about value chains, supply chains. I've actually learned about the customer, how to manage customers, and how to create a business model.
Now that the training segment of GEF scheme is over, what's next?
Having gone through this rigorous 3 days exercise, they should go back and update their business plan and formally apply to us for the facility. The terms of facility are very, very okay, so I think there shouldn't be any problem, because one of the major collateral requirements is the NYSC certificate, for which BL will place a lien, because we are working with NYSC Directorate to ensure this program succeeds. So I expect that as we round up today, they should go back and update their business plan and, of course, make a formal application to Bank of Industries so that the dream they have in a business plan, we can support them to bring that dream to reality. And by so doing, employ people, and we're addressing the problem of unemployment in Nigeria.
After this training, we expect them to send in their business plans that we are going to also screen again to say they met, they're in consonance with our criteria. Once that happens, then okay, we are in the third stage with them also Then we'll move to the fourth stage, which is the stage of appraising their request and also disbursing to them.
I think this is one of the best things yet, as long as youth empowerment and youth employment is concerned in this country. One of the growing needs and one of the challenges of Nigeria is escalating poverty as a result of youth unemployment. I think this is a very fantastic initiative from the Bank of Industry because it is geared towards empowering young people as they graduate from school and go through the compulsory youth service to become entrepreneurs, to begin to see themselves as employers of labor as opposed to just being employees. I think the Bank of Industry does deserve a lot of kudos for this, and it is a program I expect will continue to happen in successive years as they look forward to empowering young people and getting poverty off our country through this initiative.
Success recorded at the 7 training centers, the commitment and enthusiasm displayed by the trainees coupled with the positive feedback from the facilitators, the optimism generally by the launch of GEF has continued to wax stronger. Many more people, including BOI's development partners in public and private sectors, as well as the international development community, believe GEF has a strong potential of resolving Nigeria's youth unemployment challenges. In subsequent editions, we shall bring you progress reports on the implementation of GEF. Well, it's on this note that we'll draw the curtains on this week's edition of BOI Impact. Do have an enterprising week. I am Hadiza Olaosebikan. Bye for now.
Have you ever imagined a time when you could apply for and get a loan from the comfort of your bedroom? Well, it is now a reality with the fast and swift Bank of Industry real-time online loan application initiative. Is designed to deliver access and convenience to prospecting SME customers. How it works? Simply search keyword Bank of Industry and download our mobile app. Click on the apply button. Click on register to register your account. A verification link and tracking code will be sent to your registered email address. Click on the verification link to facilitate login. Once logged in, you can complete your application, submit, and click on continue to start tracking your loan application. An email will be sent to your email address confirming receipt of the application. Start applying for your loan right away. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.